Three, two, one.
Today is Leap Day. It's Monday, February 29th. We got Dan and Kay Marco. Dan is on location filming his new podcast, which will be premiering tomorrow. I'm very, very excited about it. It's probably the most excited I've been about anything in Barstool in a while. Dan, how'd it go? How is it going?
It went well. The preview is going to be dropping tomorrow, and we'll have an iTunes link. Everyone subscribe so that we can get up to number one, so that we can take that away from Portnoy, who I guess is like 19 now.
Oh, wow.
Or yeah, I don't even know. He's off a deep end. And then the first episode will air on Friday, and then from that point on, it will be Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon Eastern. And it will be myself and another Barstool employee, and it will be a hot show.
Keith, how you doing today? Any new podcasts for you? We got a lot of new podcasts around Barstool this weekend.
I'm the only one without a podcast. You don't either, I guess. Me and you have to do one.
We do one? We'll break off?
We're literally the only people at Barstool that don't have a podcast.
It's on KFC Radio. It's just you, Keith. You're just the only one. You're Steven Glansberg.
Huh?
You're Steven Glansberg.
We'll get right into it. Big lot to go today. Oscar night last night. Lot to talk about on this one. Let's start with just Chris Rock. How was the monologue? Keith, what did you think? Keith's on especially today because he's kind of our movie expert. He likes to shame me for liking Fast and Furious, so we might get into that a little bit. Keith, how was Chris Rock last night?
I don't shame you. You just have really bad taste in movies.
No, let's clear this up right now. I like good movies too, but I just appreciate. I have fun at Fast and Furious. Like I loved Room, I loved Bridge of Spies. I like good movies. I just also Fast and Furious, San Andreas. The Rock's a megastar. I love The Rock. What do you want me to say?
To clarify, you're just a bad movie recommender. Like TV shows, I agree with you. You recommend the best shows, and I love all of them. But I'll never go to you for any sort of movie recommendation because they always have less than 20 on Rotten Tomatoes, and they always suck. Like when you watch them, like they're so bad.
I like action, fun movies. Chris Rock, what do we got?
He was good. I liked his monologue. You had to know that like Chris Rock, a black comedian and actor with all this controversy going on, was going to talk a lot about the whole racism thing. So that wasn't a surprise. The funniest part was when he went after Will and Jada, so it was like a little balance. But the monologue was good. The problem was it went on the entire 5-hour show, just nonstop. And the whole show was basically just a depressing rundown of everything that's wrong with the world. It's like we had every race hates each other. That was the whole time. The earth is melting. It was all global warming stuff. Everyone's getting sexually assaulted. LGBT made an appearance in there. It was just like so depressing for 5 straight hours. It just wasn't fun to watch.
Dan?
I agree with everything you just said, Keith. I also, and this is probably my own like hang up here, but the Chris Rock monologue, it was good, but I feel like everyone was sucking his dick like 2 seconds into it. Like, oh my God, Chris Rock, he's going in right now. He's doing it. Truth. Shut up. Just let him finish the monologue. I did think the Jada Pinkett Smith jokes were hilarious, especially when he was like saying he wasn't invited to Rihanna's panties. But I just don't like when anyone gets praise like that before they even get to the end of it.
The second he went the White People's Choice Awards or whatever, everyone was like, "Oh, he's slaying." That wasn't even good. He had some killer stuff. The Will and Jada was awesome. Jamie Foxx was so good. They killed the real Ray Charles was awesome. The sorority racism was great. The George Clooney with if he showed up with a goose sticking out of his ass or whatever, like that was all really funny. A lot of it was kind of just like people just being like, "Oh, he is out there like killing everyone." It was pretty good, but it was definitely immediately everyone thought he was the best ever.
Well, it was white people on Twitter feeling bad for like they had white guilt, so they were saying how awesome Chris Rock was. Chris Rock is awesome without white guilt. Like he's one of the top, 5 comedians probably alive right now. So you don't need to add white guilt into it. I didn't need that.
But then they turned on him with the Asian joke. That's when Twitter just turned around. Do you see that? That was like I woke up to so many outrage stories about that one Asian joke.
We've said it a million times on this rundown. You live long enough, and outrage Twitter will get you. It's you're a hero 1 second, and the next day they're eating you alive.
John, you know who killed our boy Kevin Hart?
Kevin Hart was awesome. Kevin Hart is like the Rock of comedy. I'm not going to advocate for him to get any awards, but he doesn't miss every time. He's hilarious.
The problem with Kevin Hart is I'm forever ruined with him because I see him and I just think of that one commercial that went a million times. I farted out of my heart. So every time I see him, I just say in my head, I farted out of my heart.
That was the commercial that got me to come around on him. That one, I was like, oh man, I got to see this ride along thing. This looks like the best comedy of all time.
He should drop that line every time he goes somewhere.
He should.
Just own it. Just be that should be his catchphrase. Let me have that.
The one Chris Rock huge misstep was the Suge Knight stuff. I can't believe they kept that going throughout the whole show. That was terrible.
Oh, Suge Knight's gonna fucking kill him. Like that's one guy you don't. I feel like you make one joke about Suge Knight. If you keep going in on him, that I don't know how the word will get to him because I think he's in jail right now. But the word's gonna get to Suge Knight, and Suge Knight's like gonna write it down and be like, Chris Rock, gotta kill him when I get out.
But it's not even a joke worth putting your life on the line for because that was a bad running gag throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
Next up, let's go with Leo. Leo was the big star of the night. Finally got his award. Finally got his Oscar. He got it on a night where they consistently made fun of him, so it's almost like they ruined the one night he's been waiting for his whole life. Like it came out right away with during the monologue. He was like, "Leo, you get a job every year. Leo, you're rich." They had the stupid bear clapping. You could tell that one really fucking pissed off Leo because he didn't even consider smiling after that. But Keith, what do you got on that?
I thought he deserved it. I thought he did a great job. I was fine with the way it played out, that he got Best Actor and that Spotlight won, because I was between Spotlight and Revenant for Best Picture. Spotlight was probably a little better, but Leo did a great job and he finally earned it. Like, it wasn't his best role ever, I don't think, but at least he finally got a fucking Oscar and we can stop hearing about it.
Dan?
That's the only thing that pisses me off. That was not Leo's best movie. I actually didn't like Revenant. It was 2 hours of Leo just crawling and breathing heavily and like almost dying over and over. So you save yourself if anyone didn't see it.
I didn't see it, and this probably hurts my I like good movies argument. I didn't see it, and I have no interest in seeing it. The reviews.
Here's the exact thing I said last night. I didn't think it was that. Like I thought it was good, but not great. And some stoolie replied to me, it was a great film. And if you call a movie a film, you're a fucking asshole. And that's the kind of people that defend Revenant.
You also I don't remember you ever liking a movie. Like, what's the last movie you liked? Like, every time we talk about it, you hate everything that I liked.
Probably Bad Boys 1 and 2. But, all right.
You're a movie hater.
So Dan's in my camp where he likes the fun movies. You can like artsy movies and fun movies.
Back to Leo, though. I don't like I don't like how he got the award just because I needed a little more suspense in it. And I also didn't think it was his best role. So it felt like the air was kind of taken out of it.
I was nervous. Were you guys nervous, like, when they were opening the envelope? Like,
I didn't think I was going to be. I absolutely was. My heart was racing.
Just go to bed. The fucking Oscars drag on forever. They take so much. When they get to, like, the animation movies that no one saw, like Best Short Animation, that, like, is an indie animation in fucking, Dutch, I'm just like, get out of here. I don't want to see this anymore. I want to see.
And Leo's speech, too. That was like, you finally win your Oscar after 20 years, and it's a whole thing on climate change. Like, you get it. You're passionate about it. It's a big deal, but, like, come on.
Leo also proves that if you're good looking, people will listen to you, because Leo talked about climate change. I was like, oh, shit, like, there's a real problem. That Mad Max lady that looked like she came from under, like, a bridge, and she was like, respect our atmosphere. Like, get the fuck out of my face, Lee.
Well, let's talk about Mad Max, because I got a lot of grief on that one last night. Keith, you kind of led the charge. I think you opened up everyone to come attack me. Mad Max stunk. Mad Max was not an entertaining movie. There was like no plot development, no character development, no dialogue. The shit it won, it should have won, because the technical shit was wild. All like the explosions, the fucking sound mixing, sound editing. How those things are two different categories is beyond me, but it won both of those. The technical shit I get, but the movie itself, I almost turned it off halfway through. I lost interest. It was boring as shit. It was a 2-hour car chase. Keith, you were a big fan though.
Well, yeah, I liked it a lot, and it's a good movie. I don't know. I guess it's just the way that I didn't mean to open you up to attack like that. Probably should have tweeted that, so sorry about that. But Yeah, it was a good movie. There's a plot. Like, there's not a lot of dialogue, but it's how can you say it's boring? It's like the most action-packed movie either. I'm not even an action fan.
But when
like
there's that much action, you just become numb to it. You're like, oh, they're still just fighting each other. Like, talk to each other for a second. Like, let me in and like understand what's happening and what you're feeling. It's just like yelling and people jumping on cars. You eventually you're just like, Jesus Christ, we're still doing this.
But is that what like San Andreas is like?
No,
Like,
no, it's not. There's a lot of character
exactly.
development in there. A lot of working different characters in. A lot of love stories, interest, rescues. There was none of that in this. There was none of that. It was just people jumping off cars with paint cannons.
I didn't see it, so.
Did you see any of the Oscar movies, Dan?
Yeah, I saw Revenant. I saw
Short.
Big Short. Book was better. And that's it. Yeah.
Big Short, I was a little disappointed in. Big Short was like, I saw 6 of the Oscar movies. Big Short was my 5th. Room was my favorite. Spotlight 2. Bridge of Spies 3. Martian 4. Big Short 5.
Oh,
Mad
I saw
Max
Martian.
6.
I didn't like Martian either. Martian sucked. You just knew that he was going to survive. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. See, you hate every movie.
Did
I
you
don't
think...
when I know that like someone's gonna when I can tell from the first 4 minutes that he's gonna get into a lot of shit, but ultimately he's gonna survive. It's like just skip to the end. I know he's gonna be alive at the end.
Did you think Stallone... You saw Creed, though. Did you think Stallone got snubbed?
I
Didn't
did.
like Creed?
I didn't. I thought Creed was overrated. I thought the hype for Creed. I thought Creed was in like. I liked it. It was a movie that was like I didn't shut it off or anything, but it was pretty like standard Rocky. You know what I mean? It was the same kind of storyline, and the dialogue between Michael B. Jordan and the deaf girlfriend was horrendous. Like I couldn't watch that part. I thought it was an okay movie. I didn't think it. I would have been cool to see Stallone get it, just to hear his speech and have it go full circle. But I did not think Rocky was as good as some people made it out to seem.
I'm kind of with you, kind of with Keith on Creed. I loved Creed, but I loved it like I love Fast and Furious. Like I thought Michael B. Jordan, like anyone who was saying like he got snubbed for not getting a Best Actor nod, that was bullshit. He deserved to be nowhere near that. Stallone,
No, he just clenched his jaw a bunch and was like looked really like brooding.
he's gonna be a superstar and he's pretty good, but I think he's like an all right actor. He was pretty good in Friday Night Lights. He was pretty good in Creed. The Stallone, I would have had him after. I would have given that to Mark Ruffalo. I would have given it to Mark Rylance second, and I would have given it to Stallone third. I don't know why the fuck he was the favorite for supporting actor.
Tom Hardy was easily the best one.
Oh, I didn't see Revenant, but yeah, I hear it. That's true.
See, it shouldn't have been Stallone, but it should have been Hardy. It should have been anyone except Rylance, who Bridge of Spies sucked. That was a really bad movie, and I was excited to see it. But he had like 20 lines in the whole thing. He nailed the accent, and he's obviously a good actor. But like Tom Hardy killed the whole movie. People said he was better than Leo in Revenant.
I think one of the funnier tweets last night were like, you can explain the Grammys by a guy who's a Shakespearean trained actor with 89. I think he has 89 Tonys. Mark Rylance, or maybe it was 39. When he beats Rocky and is considered a huge upset. Lastly, I guess that's it. Lastly, Keith, you want to give a shout out to your girl Brie Larson?
Yeah, she's great. That's my new girl. It's Emily Blunt. Kind of went down a little bit because she didn't look great last night. But her and Brie Larson are in my like want to marry you. Like it's not even like a sexual thing. It's just like I want to marry you and like hold your hand and watch movies and stuff all night. She's just like the best.
Good guy, yeah. Like ask how your day was, but actually mean it kind of shit.
She's after seeing Room and like seeing what a good mother she is, I'm like, I need to make her a mother right now. I need to marry her and make her a mother. What?
I haven't seen it yet.
She's a mother. She's a mother is not a spoiler for Room.
You said a good mother. Spoilers.
Uh,
That was, by the way, I'm going to grade myself on the Oscar talk. I'm going to give myself a D-. I think seeing only 2 of the like 10 movies and also thinking the Oscars suck. I'm done. Remind me next year to not watch the Oscars when it's on. Because,
fan, come on.
Dude, it went on forever. Forever.
Why are people always surprised by this? Yes, it went on forever. It always does. It's
Just
always going to. You're always going to watch.
Brain is dumb. I have a memory of a goldfish. Remind me next year. Be like, hey, Dan, before we start the Oscars, you hate them. And then let me make the decision. Let me make the mistake again with an informed opinion of my own.
Next up, Johnny Football drinking in the club in, where was he? Miami,
yeah.
with a stupid hat on. Dan really didn't like it. What do you got?
It's the dumbest hat I've ever seen. White guys can't wear hats like that. That's not us. We're baseball hats, and if you're Irish or you're older, you can wear a scally cap. That's it. So that's a cry for help to me. Like Johnny Football wearing that hat he's basically begging for someone to intervene with him, because if anyone in his crew of friends, which I don't even know if he has a crew of friends anymore, it looked like he was by himself. If anyone in his crew of friends gave the thumbs up to that hat, they're fucking assholes too, and they all need to go to rehab.
Keith?
Yeah, that was it. That's rock bottom. Like, if you're on video drinking out of a bottle in a club with that hat on, like, as your whole life's falling apart around you, like, anyone that was on the fence about whether he has a drinking problem, that hat pretty much summed it up.
Yeah.
And, like, that whole thing.
Yeah, he basically is so rock bottom that he got to the point where he's like, I'm gonna actually wear this hat, not ironically, and think it's cool. That is worse than any drug addiction, any kind of alcohol addiction. Wearing that hat is the largest cry for help I have ever seen.
I do respect his commitment to exclusively drinking out of bottles. I don't think I've ever seen Johnny with a cup in his hand or a glass in his hand. He drinks out of champagne bottles. That's all Johnny Football does. That's like his signature.
And he doesn't even care anymore. I mean, we've always kind of said, like, why doesn't Johnny have a guy who basically smashes phones, or why doesn't he go to the VIP section? He's just out there drinking out of the bottle. He's not even trying to be like, oh, I'm not drinking right now. I'm focusing on the NFL. No, he is partying with stupid fucking hats.
Next up, Minnesota basketball has suspended 2 players for tweeting a video of them having a threesome with a girl. I do not think it was a DP threesome, which I think is kind of a pussy threesome, if you ask me. From the description I read, it was one from the back, one from the front. I think if you're gonna call it a threesome, you gotta at least have a DP in there. K. Marco, what do you got on Minnesota basketball?
It was 3 guys, I think, but there's obviously no problem with D1 athletes having threesomes and having sex. Like, they do that every night. It's fine. The problem is the guy tweeted it on his Twitter account, and it was up for 30 minutes. Like, they made a sex tape of them banging this girl, which is consensual, which is fine. But then he fucking uploaded it and tweeted it around to everyone. Like, Twitter is ruining. It's like the most dangerous thing for college athletes of all time, especially when you're brain dead, and tweet your sex tapes out.
Dan?
That's wild. I didn't know this story until just now because I've been traveling. But so was it a full sex tape or was it just a clip?
Nobody has it like a screen cap or anything, but the guys in the Minnesota message board were describing it, and it was like the girl's bent over, the player's face is there, and they're like banging her, and the kid tweeted it.
I think one thing that could have happened, I read that he lost his phone. And someone might have been an unlocked phone, and they uploaded it to his Twitter account, which makes a lot more sense than just uploading your own fuck tape.
Yeah, I would agree. Rick Pitino Jr. too. Like, what? I mean, he's probably just pissed that they lasted more than 7 seconds. That's just a Pitino family. Like, doesn't fuck like that. They're more just like hit it and quit it, 2 pump chumps. So I can understand why he'd be upset and be like, you showed me up, you showed my family up, I have to suspend you.
I've had experience similar to this when I lost my phone. This is probably 2 or 3 years ago. There was a bit of a Saturday morning brouhaha when I lost my phone, and somehow Gracie Tracy ended up with her hands on it and was tweeting all kinds of pictures. I just want to tell kids, get a keepsafe. It's the smartest thing you'll ever do. It takes away a lot of stress when you inevitably lose your phone. You get a keepsafe. You keep all your little fuck films in there. People don't tweet it from your account. You don't get suspended. Just word to the wise, Commercial. And we're back. This is a story that really hits close to home. Rubio Trump. I have little bitch hands. They suck. I got like Uncle Jack hands. They're the fucking worst hands in the league. Rubio went at Trump. He said, the guy's got little hands, and you know what they say about guys with little hands.
He's always calling me Little Marco. And I don't think that he's taller than me, he's like 6'2", which is why I don't understand why his hands are the size of someone who's 5'2". Have you seen his hands? They're like this. And you know what they say about men with small hands? You can't trust them. You can't trust them. You can't trust them.
I can confirm what you think is true. These little hands will tell you. Dan, this was your story. Help me out.
Awesome move by Rubio. Finally, someone's getting in the gutter with Trump. And like I said in the blog, this shouldn't matter, but it totally does. Like, Rubio tells me that Trump has small hands, and I'm immediately thinking less of Trump. So it's good to see that someone's fighting back. I want to see this become like a full-on gutter war where they're just trading like middle school, because that's what Trump's been beating everyone with basically for the last 6 months. Finally, someone's like, fuck this. You got small hands, dude, and you probably got a small dick. And Rubio's probably going to shoot to the top of the polls from it.
Keith?
Didn't Trump just say last week that Rubio was like sweaty?
Yeah.
And like, it's like these are the political conversations we're having. Is one guy's sweaty, one guy has tiny hands. Rubio's advisors have probably been telling him to do this for months. Like, please attack Trump, and he's just such a fucking robot. He doesn't know what's going on. Finally, if there was ever a weekend to do it, it's when Trump is in the news with the KKK all weekend. Rubio finally comes out and says something and goes with, "You have tiny hands." Not the best, but it's a start.
It's actually fun. I'm like keeping my hands like behind my back now. It's funny it came up just then because I don't know if anyone caught John Oliver last night after the Oscars. He had a whole 25-minute segment or so bashing Trump, and one thing he mentioned was that in 1988, Spy magazine called him a tiny hand vulgarian, and in November of 2015. The editor of Spy magazine says to this day, he'll get letters from Trump saying, "I don't have tiny hands," with a child's like drawing of his hand. You know how like they make like the turkey legs or turkey people? And he'll do that in gold Sharpie and circle it and say, "See, not so small."
A quick word about that John Oliver thing. I obviously, whenever that happens, everyone on the internet's like, "Oh my God, what a takedown. John Oliver eviscerates." The thing was fucking 25 minutes long. I clicked on it on YouTube, saw that it was 25 minutes long, and immediately clicked off.
That's what his show is.
If you're going to do a takedown, though, I don't want to watch this whole show. Give me 3 minutes. I don't want a 25-minute takedown. 25-minute takedown is way too much. So that's just, John Oliver, do better for guys like me who have, very bad attention spans.
The show is usually about 20 minutes focusing on one subject.
So basically it was like, tried to trick everyone into watching the entire show.
They do that every week with every main subject that like goes viral every week for John Oliver. Last night just happened to be Trump. I thought it was good, probably worth checking out. Next up, UVA. This UVA kid's been stuck in North Korea for what, 2-3 months?
Yeah, end of December.
End of December. He tried to steal. I don't know, Keith, you take. He tried to steal something and bring it back.
I understand the severity of my crime, and I have no idea what sort of penalty I may face. But I am begging to the Korean people and government for my forgiveness. And I am praying to the heavens so that I may be returned home to my family.
Yeah, there's 3 stories released by North Korea. One was the one I focused on, which was that he was stealing a banner to bring back to join a secret CIA-backed society at UVA. That was my favorite. One was that he tried to steal it for a church group so that the church lady would then trade the banner for her used car. And the other one was that he just got too drunk and yelled at a guard and they arrested him. So you can pick which one you like better. I'm
thinking about that. I think I like the second one too. The first one's got to be bullshit because there's no one who's risking their life to get a $10,000 car. That just doesn't make sense. The third one makes sense. The second one I like the most. Dan?
So this kid just stuck there?
He's in jail. Yeah.
He's in jail.
Sucks for you, man.
That's why I get like the whole wanderer mentality and you want to see the world. Stick to like the white parts or the parts with a resort.
I don't get that either. I disagree with the first statement. I don't get the whole wanderer.
No, I understand. Well, I understand wanting to see the world. I have the internet though, so like I don't need to see it that badly. Well, but I get wanting to travel a bit. In my mind, I'd like to see Africa, but I don't in reality.
It's a good rule of thumb is if the State Department tells you not to go somewhere because they won't give you any support, you shouldn't wander to that place.
Well, North Korea, yeah, that's really the dumbest place to go.
Yeah, like if you I have no sympathy for this kid. It sucks that he's stuck there. We should probably get him back, like eventually. But
yeah, but I don't want to get him back. Like I don't want to trade real things for this kid.
No, but we should get him back and then put him in jail here. Like, he shouldn't be free because he's too dumb for that. But having North Korea parade him around, that's not cool either.
That picture was the fucking funniest thing I've ever seen. He's doing like the Michael Scott when he walks into the, what do you call it? What's the Japanese restaurant? Benihana, when he's like bowing at everybody and like trying to like kiss all the waitresses and whatnot. He's at like a full bow. He's head over like this the whole way.
Can I ask a question? What are his parents doing? Like, I feel like if you're the parents of this kid, couldn't you just go to, and this might sound crazy, but couldn't you just go to Costco or Sam's Club and get like a huge bag of rice and just send it there and be like, give us our kid back? Like, everyone's starving in North Korea. Is this not true?
I would imagine that package wouldn't get to anybody who has the means to get him out of jail.
I would just go.
Wouldn't get to the Japanese or the Korean A team.
I'd go buy like 100 pounds of rice for $45 at Sam's Club and just be like, here you go, North Korea. Can I have my kid back? I think I just solved this entire problem. Too bad no one else thought of that.
I feel like you should go with like double cheeseburgers. I think they have a lot of rice. I think maybe like cheeseburgers and blue jeans you give them.
Blue jeans, good call.
Blue jeans, they love the blue jeans everywhere but America.
That's big time, for sure.
Yeah. Lastly, Rhode Island basketball D3 state championship. Wild finish.
What a finish. Burville down 1. Final seconds when Jared Cabral pulls up, drains the jumper. Broncos up 59-58. Last chance for Charo. 4 seconds left. The ball is picked off by Dominic Esposito. He throws the ball high into the air. Burville thinks they've won. Not so fast. Nathan Morin of Charo actually caught the ball, called timeout with time still on the clock. Meanwhile, Burville thinks they've won. They're dogpiling, but you can see the refs get together, confirm. Still 1 second left. So here we go. Charo down 1, second to go. Jacob Beauregard makes the pass of his lifetime to Tom Longaluco at the rim. Can you believe it? Charo stuns Burville 60-59. Unbelievable.
I forget the fucking names. All I know is that Burrowville lost. I fucking hate Burrowville. I lost when I was like 9. I lost in the Mount St. Charles Halloween Classic to Burrowville. I've hated them ever since. They lost this game, so I'm happy about it. Dan, did you see it?
I did not see it. I saw Dave use the must-watch. Was that appropriate? He's been throwing around a lot of must-watches. I just want to make sure. I want to keep someone in check here. You can't just – the must-watch – the inflation of the must-watch is a problem that we're having in the Barstool world.
Dave he might have misused this one. He says he's never seen anything like it. I feel like I've seen another team celebrate to have a whistle be like, whoa, the game wasn't actually over a couple of times. That's happened before.
It's going to be a problem. Sooner or later, we're going to be throwing out must-watches, and people are going to be ignoring them.
It was a wild finish, no doubt. A must-watch.
Yeah. It deserved attention. Like, it wasn't just another sports video. So you needed to call attention to it. But using the official must-watch designation, I'm not sure about.
Especially as the keeper of the watch, you really got to be sure on those ones.
Everyone at Barstool should get 3 must-watches a year.
3 a year?
That idea. I can't remember who, but I'm stealing it. So, my idea is everyone at Barstool should get 3 must-watches a year.
Fair.
I like to keep expectations low.
I don't think I've ever used it either.
That's true. Because as soon as people start expecting things from you, that's when you get in a bad spot.
Exactly.
Dave added one. That's the rundown. Dave added a must-watch to one of my videos fairly recently, I think. But I didn't put that there. So I will not be taking responsibility for it.
He's a habitual must-watcher. It's a problem.
We need something in between. This is a video, and this is the greatest video you'll watch all day.
If you're not doing anything important, you should watch this. That rolls off the tongue. That's easy.
Agreed.
I like that.
It was awful.
We got anything else? We're heading to LA?
Yep. Traveling to LA. I think I saw Dave tweet. Looks like we might be doing the rundown from a jacuzzi all week. So.
Tits out?
We'll see. Yeah.
Luckily, you've been on a diet.
Yeah, we'll see what goes on with that. I'm not jacuzzi ready, but I'll just do.
You've been playing basketball twice a week.
Well, I'll just do the fat guy move where I get I'll be in the jacuzzi by the time Hank comes down with the camera, and then I'll just have my head like right above the water.
No, you do that. You gotta lay on the raft on your stomach, like within the.
Yeah, I get that raft back, but it will be funny because I'll be in the jacuzzi all day waiting for the rundown, so no one can see me get in and out, and just everyone leaves. I'll be like, all right, I'll see you guys later. I just need to soak for a little bit more.
You can have like a football. There's so much stuff for a fat guy. You have a football and you just have that arms crossed in front of you that covers up the tits. I mean, listen, I'm an experienced vet here.
Look big. Like, look at my arm right now. Boom.
Look at it, vascular too.
Yeah. Have I been working out? Nope. I'm just pushing my biceps up. So look out for that rundown and look out for the podcast tomorrow.
Big podcast.
Big announcement. Big podcast. Going to be awesome. Hope everyone's going to hopefully like it. If you don't. I don't care.
Is it a must listen?
Don't tweet at me and tell me you hate it. Just let me have one day. It's a must listen. Yeah, it's a must listen.
All right.
For sure.
Big expectations.
And then Dave, we got to get above Dave. He's at 19 right now. So 20. He's at 20. Hank just told me he's at 20.
Hank's got Google Alert set up for that.
Drop like the bottom of the ocean. We need to get above that. So we need to get to the 1. So everyone do their part. Even if you don't want to listen, even if you hate me, whatever, just subscribe. Just do it for me once. Let's have one moment where we can get back to 1 and beat Portland.
Dan, I don't think I've ever subscribed to a podcast. I've certainly never voted on a podcast. I'm gonna be doing it for you, bud.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I would like get a bunch of I'm sure you can get some people in like China to all download it on. Like if I was rich, I would do it like the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory when they're all unwrapping the candy for Veruca Salt. I just have like a bunch of little Asian kids just downloading my podcast on their iPhone over. That's how you get to number 1. I got some ideas today, so watch out. Might get too hot here. All right.
That's it. Peace.
See you, boys.
See ya.